Hello. Hi, did someone call for us tonight?
Yes, me.
You did? Okay. Do you want to come outside or me come in?
You can come in because my dog was freaking out.
What's going on tonight?
Well, me and my husband are planning on getting divorced.
Okay.
And he moved out. And we've been trying to be civil and stuff, and he dropped me off, and he just kept like lingering around, and I just don't really want him sitting here and stuff. And he got all mad and like freaked out and slammed all my stuff down, slammed my lamp down, and smashed it and broke my table.
Okay. And you guys are still married? Okay. Well, unfortunately, there's not a crime because you guys are still married, there's not a crime here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I would do though is, since you guys have you served them with papers yet?
No, we were supposed to do that tomorrow.
Supposed to tomorrow? Okay. Well, it seems like you guys are going to have some problems in the next upcoming months getting through this. So what I would do is, obviously it's documented that we are here tonight. What I would do for your sake, and whenever you get your divorce lawyer, go ahead and take pictures. Document on a piece of paper or do you have a smartphone or something? Dates and times of when this happened. He came, he did this, he broke the lamp, we were talking about such and such, and then he left, or what kind of state he was in, was he drunk, was he this, that, and the other thing. And then that's going to help you as far as, one, possibly getting any type of money back for stuff like this, but because you guys are married, it's I own this and he owns this, you know. So are you safe? Everything fine? You do feel threatened or anything like that? Or
I got a deadbolt and everything, so I know he won't be able to come in. So
does he still get mail here and live here, or?
I don't know if he transferred it yet because we haven't really been speaking much. He just takes me up, takes me where it takes me home. Okay, but you guys are still on a seeing each other basis. We're just trying to be civil so that I can still get to work, so I can be able to pay my bills. Okay. But he's just been acting violent about stuff. Okay. Things. Okay. What's his name? Alec.
Okay. Do you know his social or anything like that? Do you know how old he is?
21.
58, check.
There's no need. You know his birth date?
June 2nd, 98.
Clear.
Okay. And what's your social? Any good phone number for you?
Well, he turned my phone off, so.
He turned your phone off? Okay. How did you call today?
I just called the 911.
911 only? Okay. So you don't have a phone right now?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to add some notes to it and what happened tonight. If he does come back and give you a problem, go ahead and give us a call. We didn't know at the time that we couldn't call you back, or else we would have been here a little bit sooner.
Turned it off, and
That's something to think about too, if you can. A phone plan or something, or some type of phone with minutes. That way we can either contact you or you can contact someone else. Okay. That way you're not kind of stranded out here without calling 911. But like I said, anything else, document, and then if you have any other problems like that, then give us a call, okay? All right?
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a better night.
It's a mustache.
Okay.
32-second break for 2 OLs.
Good.
1-3 break.
Go ahead.
That's it back for you. So what's your ex-husband's name?
Alec. ALEC.
Your first returns to a Clevenger. Out of Mansfield, she's valid, negative, 22 years of age. Your second is a CJ Cunning Botham. Correction. Higginbotham, out of Shelby. Valid negative, 23 years of age.
Clear, there's no need for checks. Alright, what's his last name?
Blair.
How you spell it?
B-L-A-I-R.
What's his date of birth?
June 2nd, 98. Well, I forgot.
I would say, you probably should know that. Do you have a phone number for him?
I still have it because I did block his number, so leave me on. Because I asked him about it. I was like, did you have something to do with this? And he goes, no, I didn't. And I was
So
like,
did you
"Who
call or
else?"
text him?
Yeah, because he messaged me because the landlord tried calling him because he turned my phone off. So
And what did he say when you called him?
he said I didn't. I was like, then who would have done it? Because nobody's just going to come in and break the stuff and not take it.
Yeah,
And
that's
he
right.
actually messaged me today too.
Okay. Are you involved in anything? Is there a reason that he would want to?
Well, he don't like me because me and her, we have a mutual friend,
Okay.
and so me and her just kind of started talking, being friends, and
Gotcha.
she started investing stuff with
32
me, and she
status.
started feeling comfortable. So
No need for checks. Has he
I let
messaged
her
you?
stay with me. Yeah, he's like, bring Gabe home and all
That's
this.
there,
He's
21
like,
status?
again, could you fucking, and like,
Oh, fine.
he's really aggressive. So I'm just like, and then yeah, it's just. Like, I'm not even trying to do anything. He's claiming that me and her is dating, and I'm trying to sleep with her.
Alright. When did your landlord call you and tell you that everything was
It was
broke?
around.
Do you have an
That's
exact
clear.
time?
I'll clear it in just a second when I get the last in. Clear.
So he officially moved out Tuesday, and he was living here for how long? How long were you guys living here for?
We just moved into this trailer back in the beginning of December.
236.
Yeah. So around 2:30 is when my landlord called me.
And what time did you get home?
We got here at like 3:20, I think it was. Somewhere around that.
Something like that, yeah. Was at home when you called me, so it was about 20 minutes there, about 30 minutes here. So.
How long were you guys married?
5 months.
5 months. Okay.
I know what she called another time about him punching holes in the wall, and that was the first time she felt
the
really
other day I
uncomfortable.
called because he smashed my lamp against my TV stand.
Okay.
And then smashed my coffee table.
Gotcha.
And you guys just like, well, you guys
Yeah,
are
like,
married,
kidding.
and she's like, I really don't feel comfortable, so.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
how I
if
really
it's just
got-
stuff that's
yeah.
broken, I mean, there's not really much we can do. I'll still do a report on it because there's a little more than just stuff being broken. But
Thank you.
I'm going to take some pictures of everything, okay?
Go ahead and push me out of the way.
17-3. Clear, you're ending? 88124. That's good.
Does he have any friends that live in the area?
21 status.
Parents live in the area.
Do you think they would have done anything like this?
How
No,
far?
I feel like I'm trying to think of his one cousin that
Clear.
lives around this area. Because I haven't really spoken.
Do you mind turning the TV on so it shows the background of it?
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
$202.
Good.
Partner's taking a attempted suicide, 21 Narrow Street. Correction, break. Right, it's gonna be 29 Narrow Street.
Enemies.
We don't have a means yet, it just states that mother locked herself in the bathroom and is threatening Lincoln Johnson.
I'll be around for 2-4.
That's good. 49-year-old white female Denise Johnson.
Alright, so I'll get your report number. I'll be doing a report for burglary for now. But if I can make contact with your husband and see if he's the one that did it.
725-202. Good.
I'm going to try and see what we can get done about it, because it's a little more
Belleville, do you want me to head over there with you?
just breaking some stuff. He dumped cat litter and urine and everything all over the
700,
place. So
Yeah.
I'll see what we can do. And a lot of these cases, since you guys are married, it's his house. Yours is his is yours type thing.
Claire, can you advise reference your
Technically, you can come in here and break stuff.
disregard?
17.
So I'll let you know what happens on that end of it. But I'll get your report number. I'll be doing a report for burglary. And then if you want to get a copy of it, I'll
17
wait about
traffic.
probably 3 or 4 business days. And then you can go to the
17-3.
sheriff's department and go to the records division and ask for a copy of the report and
Correction,
tell them you're the
7.
victim and why you need it, okay?
Okay.
Suspect.
16-3 in the chair.
Suspect. $21 status.
I'm fine.
We have an officer in route to you, okay? Alright.
That's clear. 202 and 25.
I'm gonna stay on the phone with you.
Female has been drinking. She is off her meds. She has not hurt herself yet and has calmed down. She's sitting on the couch at this time.
Two copies. I'll be 3.
That's clear.
$17,700. Anything pending?
Negative.
Clear.
So here is, at the top is going to be your report number. That's my name and badge number. Here's the phone number to call. And then here's our address if you want to pick up a copy of the report number.
Alright.
So my question is what do we do?
21,700.
I mean, if he shows up over here.
So you guys,
Go ahead.
what you need to do is you need to go and you need to talk with your landlord about doing an eviction order. and having him evicted from here. Because obviously he can't keep on coming in here and causing damage like
He
that.
told me today, before I even got a call or anything, that he was going to talk to the landlord, that he's getting his name taken off the
Okay.
lease.
Even then, he still needs to have an eviction.
Yeah.
So talk to the landlord, be like, hey, I know he said he's taking his name off the lease, but he still needs to be evicted because he was living here at one point in time. And if he decides he wants to come back, he can come back. If he does come back, call us if he's a problem. Because technically it's just still his house, so we can't make him leave. But if he's an issue, call us. We'll come out. Has there ever been a history of domestic violence? Has he ever hit you, slapped you, threatened to?
No, he just gets in my face and screams at me. Like on Saturday, I was trying to leave the house and he wouldn't let me leave. He was like holding me into like the bathroom and in the hallway, not letting me get out.
And that was when?
Saturday, and
Okay.
he was like screaming my face, calling me a stupid bitch and everything.
Why wasn't he letting you leave?
Resurrection Parish.
Because he wanted to talk about us getting back together, and I don't want to, and he just doesn't want to understand it.
Clear.
Did he make any threats while doing that?
Well, lately he's been sending me like threats, like bad photos of mine that I've sent to him, saying he's gonna send them to him, and threatening it, and won't stop. And
How long did he keep you in the bathroom for?
probably like 3 minutes.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do about that? I mean,
It just makes me not comfortable around
Yeah,
him
I gotcha.
when I'm around.
and that was Sunday,
Saturday.
Saturday.
I just know if he comes here while I'm here, there's gonna be an issue, and so.
202 status.
202's okay.
Was he threatening when he was holding you in the bathroom like that?
No, he just kept screaming in my face and just wouldn't stop. And then when I finally got to like push him out of my way to get out of the hallway and everything, and I tried to leave, and he just kept shutting the door every time I tried to leave. Because they were outside in the car waiting on me to come out.
And you two were outside waiting in the car?
Yeah.
He wasn't aware that he was doing that thing.
We didn't hear anything.
No, I told you guys when I got out in the car. I didn't want to leave him.
How long has your guys' separation been happening? Like, how long has that all been going on? That you were like, we're done, we're leaving type thing? Couple days, couple weeks, couple months?
It was on the 5th.
Okay, so it's been about 10 days. Alright, I'll get a report written up for you. That's your copy of the report number. I can put in my report, unlawful restraint. I'll talk with my supervisor again, and I'll let you know what we can do with that. And I'll also put in the burglary, and I'll try to talk with. Where's he living at right now? Do you know?
909 Taylortown Road.
Who's he living with?
His mom.
Okay. All right. If you have any questions, call that number. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night. $32,700. I'll be two from that address, speaking with the neighbors, see if they saw anything. If you could, add those 2 OLs I ran into the call. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, how about you?
Not bad. Have you noticed anybody weird going into that trailer today? Around 2 o'clock or anything like that?
As my partner gets back in the room, she'll ask
They
them.
have their window open constantly, and today their front door was just hanging open.
Okay.
I can get the actual person that lives here
21,700.
if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Signal 26. Terminal VP.
Do you notice anything weird about the house next door today?
I've noticed a lot of things weird last couple days.
Okay, what's been going on?
Well, they leave that window wide open while they're gone.
Yeah.
Then today my wife got back and the front door's wide open, nobody home.
Did you see anyone inside? Anyone go in? Anyone go out?
And there's not only that car's been coming and going. There's been a silver, like a Ford Focus.
Silver Ford Focus.
And which they live there. Silver Ford Focus does, but they've been constantly in and out.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of strange. Cold outside, leave the window open, or cold outside, leave the front door open.
And how long have you noticed that the window is down when they leave?
No, there's a couple times I walk out here at like 1 o'clock in the morning, let the dog out, window wide open.
Okay. And how long's that been going on? Since they moved in? Or past couple weeks?
No, probably the last 4 days.
Signal 6.
4 or 5 days. Then today's the first time I've seen that front door wide open when nobody's over there.
Okay. 256, car stop.
Okay. And can I get your name, sir?
Robert.
Calling into Nationwide Insurance on Main Street with
And your last name?
Sanford. S-A-N. F-O-R-D.
Box truck.
And your date of birth, sir?
7/25/70.
All right, sir. I greatly appreciate it. The reason I'm asking you is there was a burglary next door. I just wanted to see if you guys saw anybody going in or out or anything like that.
Well, if I see anybody messing around, I'll call you guys.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Not bad, yourself? The 2 trailers next to you, have you noticed anyone going in or out of there? Any weird today? Anyone driving back and forth that doesn't really seem like the normal? Anything out of the usual going on?
You're talking about here and here?
The next one, yes.
Not this one.
Not the next one, the one next to it.
I didn't even know anybody lived there anymore.
Okay, alrighty. I appreciate it.
16, Silver Signal 7.
Somebody moved this furniture. I don't know, like 4 or 5 days ago.
Okay, alrighty.
I was going to say, I know these people, but I have no idea who lives over there.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hello. How you doing today, sir?
Good, how are you?
Have you not this?
I know which trailer you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Have you noticed anything weird going on?
Yeah, I saw a blue Ford dually over there earlier today.
A blue Ford dually?
Yeah, with exhaust pipes coming out the top in the bed by the toolbox.
256
Talking with.
And you saw what by the tail by the?
I saw like exhaust
Okay.
coming up back of the cab by the toolbox in the bed.
Did you see anyone inside of it?
Yeah, there was, but I couldn't make out. He was wearing. He had like a beard. He was kind of tall.
Could you get a white male, black male?
Looked like a white man.
White male.
Like a tannish, maybe.
Could you get a color of the clothes or anything like that?
Navy blue. Navy blue shirt or sweatshirt.
Okay, and when was that?
I think I got back probably about 10 from the town, so I'm thinking anywhere from between 11 and 1.
11 and 1.
Yeah.
Did you see anyone get out of it?
Yeah.
Did you see? All right, so it was only one male.
One guy.
One guy.
Got out of it.
Did you hear anything?
I didn't
like
hear
that?
anything.
Have you ever seen him here before?
I've never seen him. He was going slow. He was going slow around the park, which is kind of unusual. People usually.
2027.
And you've never seen him here before?
I've never seen that truck here before. Unless I see him go on the back road too, so I don't know.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He came the back way, you said?
I saw him on the back row as well.
Okay, I got you.
And then driving up through and around, so he was driving around for something.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Do you have a, can I get your name, sir?
Josh Hedinger.
Go ahead.
How do you spell your last name?
H-E-T-T-I-N-G-E-R.
And your date of birth?
7/27/92.
7/27/92?
Yeah.
And a phone number for you? All right, sir. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do all the divorce stuff, figure all that out. And, well, she didn't really want to, so.
Okay. Was she in the car with you?
She came to the car with me.
She didn't get in?
I think she got in, but then she didn't want to do this, so she wanted me to drop her off. It wasn't too far from where she was at, she was living at.
So she did get in the car with you?
Yeah.
Okay, but you dropped her off somewhere else?
It was, yeah, just not too far from the house where she was at.
Okay, where was that at?
In Shelby on 2nd Street.
On 2nd Street? Okay.
Yeah. It's right there on the corner.
Okay. What's the last thing you said to her, when's the last exact moment you talked to her, saw her?
You say, I think that 11:30 range.
Okay. And was it on good terms or bad terms?
It wasn't really the greatest terms.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to argue. It's just,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the reason I'm out here asking and talking to you about this is Shelby got a welfare check for her because apparently she's now missing. Nobody knows where she's at.
Yeah, that's what her coworkers were messaging me, asking me about it.
Okay. Well, it's just kind of strange because they were saying that she would never miss work. And,
right, yeah.
Is she dating somebody else or something?
Yeah.
Okay. And apparently,
he's out of state.
Yeah, apparently he's calling in worried because he hasn't heard from her, and that's also not like her.
Right.
So obviously, we're coming to talk to you to see if you know where she is.
Yeah.
Any idea where she would be?
Honestly, I don't really even know anything. Where she could be, I don't know where she would decide to go.
Okay.
Or if anything happened.
Why would she just go off the grid like that? Has she done it before?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Since I've been with her.
Okay. But the last time you saw her was at 11:30?
Yeah, about 11:30, yeah.
Okay. Because her cell phone goes straight to voicemail and everything like that too. So
yeah. I don't have her number, but I tried to Facebook her and I wasn't getting anything either.
Okay. All right. Well, if you hear anything or happen to see her, you need to call the Shelby Police Department, okay?
I definitely
Do you have a good current phone number for you?
Yeah. Three.
Okay. Alec, what are you driving right now?
A Jeep Cherokee, somewhere back there.
Okay.
It's my rental car.
What happened to your other car?
I had an accident.
Okay.
I rear-ended somebody.
Okay.
So yeah, I should be getting back
Okay.
here soon.
What color is it?
The Cherokee. Black, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Okay. I'll give your number to Shelby Police Department. They might reach out and contact you to see if they need more information.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.
You got any weapons or anything on you? No. Okay, I'm just gonna pat you down real quick. Alright. Just go ahead and step on out here.
I'm not. I'm just, so we got a little bit of a situation here. He gave us consent to look in his car, and this front seat has blood everywhere. He's saying it's from his friend that has a nosebleed. I think they might have a fucking murder here. I'm not even shitting you. All right. Bye. Dude, there's, look at that blood.
13-24.
It's all over. It's up in the seat, like he's been cleaning in here. You can see he cleaned that whole floor mat. I got my lieutenant coming up here because you guys might have some shit here. Where is he?
Oh, yeah. He's up in the back of my car.
Okay. So, you, I don't have gloves on, but I guarantee your cell phone's in here.
Yeah. Probably gonna have to get a search warrant, honestly.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Yeah, and look at all the grass and mud on the, he's been driving off-road.
Right. Let's just go ahead and shut her up.
Yep, I'd shut it and lock it. There's no way a nosebleed would get
13718 suspect.
up in the seat like that.
All the time to have a get my phone.
You need me to make a call for you? Or do you just want to borrow my phone?
Yeah.
Like I said, you can, as soon as I saw that bottle of Lysol, I was like, oh shit. If you look in there, you can see blood. You can see it right here.
Yeah.
You can see where it's all freshly cleaned.
Right.
And there's grass up there.
Right.
Bleach up there from him wiping that off.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna need to borrow your phone.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Maybe one of that office around the corner. Right back where you're at, Andrew. Good on you. What happened to yours? I wouldn't sit there. Not in that chair, just a hot chair. I always have to sit there. You were up there. That's the dirtiest one. I'm already dirty. Set a sheet of wood chair there, Alec.
to you a few hours ago.
Oh, yeah.
Detective me with the Richland County Sheriff's Office. This is Sergeant Eichen here. In short, the reason why we're here right now is have a few follow-up questions, just things we'd like to ask you, get clarified. You remember the form we read to you with your Miranda rights at Shelby Police Department, and you signed off on those, and we talked to you, okay? This is the same thing. I'm going to read it to you over again. Everything still applies as before, okay? If you have questions, stop me and ask me. How do you spell your last name? Is it B-L-A-I-R?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your current address on Taylortown?
909.
And what's your date of birth?
6298.
And your social, please?
Is that what you call it?
You got a current contact phone number by chance? Alright, I'm just going to go here and read your rights same as we did before, okay?
Alright.
You have the right to remain silent. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You understand that? Okay. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you have the right to legal representation by a county public defender if you so desire. Understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, this is where I read you your rights. Down here is 2 questions for you. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes.
Okay. If you understand those, just write yes there for me, please.
Okay.
I'll pen back for just a sec. Second question, having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yeah.
Go ahead and write yes. And all I did was date and time that, and then place the signing. This is Richland County Jail and the address here, okay? Down here where it says signature, just need your signature there. Like I told you just a minute ago, the reason we're down here now is just ask you some follow-up questions, get some clarification on things, just so we're all on the same page. Okay. Before we get into all that, though, would you be willing to give me a DNA sample? What that entails is me swabbing both sides of your mouth with these.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fine.
That'd be fine?
Yeah.
Okay. There's 2 sticks in here, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one, swab it around the left side of your mouth, and I'm gonna take the other one and swab it around the other side of your mouth, and that's it. Just lean forward here and say, ah. Let me know if this hurts. Other side. Okay. It's your house on 909 Taylortown. Can you tell me which bedroom is yours in the house?
It would be that front left one. Once you get up to the house, it's at the top there. There's a window.
Okay, so if I go onto your front porch and I go in the front door, that set of stairs on the right, and I go up there, is it the first bedroom on the right?
First one, yeah.
Okay, the one with the stormtrooper helmet mounted next to the big screen TV?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, one of the things we're a little, well, not a little, but really hazy on here, because you're kind of, I'm not being mean to you here, I'm just telling you how it is. You're really all over the place with is the routes you took, where you were at, anything to do with where you were at.
Right.
Okay? We leveled with you earlier, we were straight with you about everything, so let's do the same thing here, okay?
Yeah.
You live in that area on Taylortown, you're
Yeah.
from here, you spend your time there. I know you know your way around there at least by sight, if
Right.
not knowing street names.
Yeah.
Okay? So I know we can get more specific on not, well, I'm not sure on this one, yada, yada, yada.
Mhm.
You understand where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
So when you picked her up on 2nd Street in Shelby, where did you go from there? What route did you take?
That route towards the main street on there on Shelby.
So down to, from 2nd down to Main Street,
Yeah,
where Rite
Taco
Aid
Bell
is?
and
Or did
all
you
that.
go over to 39?
No, I went down through, basically just straight on over to the turn lane into Taylortown.
Okay, so if you went down 2nd Street and Broadway, which is the main route there
Yeah.
before it turns into Mansfield, those don't intersect. So did you go down to Main Street and then cut over to 39, or did you take another side street over to?
I was on 2nd Street, took a left.
Okay.
Then took another left and basically just went straight on from there.
Okay.
And then there was that point where you turn onto Taylortown, like right beside MTD.
Okay, so you ended up out on 39, went all the way past the car dealerships, down past MDT, and took a left on Taylortown right there where it stops at 39?
Yeah.
Okay. And you told us earlier that when you took that route on Taylortown, it was your intention to go to your house first, so that you could pick up work clothes, things like that, in case you got held over at the courthouse down in Mansfield. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You also told me that when you initially struck Gabby, is that what she goes by, or Gab?
Gabe.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Okay. You told me that when you initially struck Gabe, you were on Taylortown, right by Plymouth Spring Mill at that church.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, you correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just going by what you told me earlier, okay?
Yeah.
That was the area where you first struck her at, and he said that also in that area she was when she lost consciousness. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. How many hits did it take to get her to go unconscious, approximately?
I couldn't tell, like, how many I was doing. It just got kind of...
Was it more than one before she went unconscious, though?
Yeah. It was a lot more than one.
And how much was she bleeding from all that?
She was bleeding pretty heavy.
From where, like her face?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier that after all this was done, it was at your house where you went and you cleaned up the car. How much blood did you have to clean up?
There's a lot on the seat, mainly, where it was.
Okay. Anywhere else in the car?
I think some got, like, on the dashboard just a little bit, but not too much of it.
Okay. Now, are we talking, like, you gotta clean up some droplets, a little splatter, or are we talking whole puddles and pools that we got?
It was just, like, splats that would go.
Okay. Now, this route that you took to get to your house, you're heading there to get your work clothes, you first hit her Taylortown, Plymouth Spring Mill. Was it a straight, okay, you got out to 39, you went down to Taylortown, turned down there towards your house, this altercation's going on, you hit her, it all happened in that frame, there wasn't any other driving around?
No. Yeah, that happened like all there, and then I didn't drive around until after.
So between leaving her house, going out to 39, getting out of Taylortown, turning around there, when the altercation gets physical, you're hitting her, she's going unconscious, you end up driving out to Bowman Street,
Yeah.
where you dumped her out of the car. There was no traveling around elsewhere. It was just...
No, yeah, it was
Okay.
basically me just driving and I found somewhere.
Okay. All right. One other major thing we got to clear up here, and like I told you, up at Shelby Police Department, you're doing really well manning up about stuff.
Yeah.
And while you're hiding stuff, you're gradually coming out with more information. Okay, I can tell you want to talk and you want to get this off your chest.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't seem like the type that wants to be vindictive about it.
Oh yeah, no.
And try to make things harder.
Yeah.
You're slowly but surely coming out with stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? So, one last big piece of the puzzle here, well actually there's two of them, that we need to get cleared up here, okay? You're not being honest about the manner in which she was killed.
Right.
Okay? So you agree with me, we're not being honest about that?
Yeah.
We need to get this all out in the air here, okay? We can't get closure on any of this without truth.
Yeah.
All right? How did you kill her?
Just a little, I had a pocket knife. And honestly, I don't know what got into me to do anything. I just remember flash from my eyes, and I was angry with something she was telling me.
Okay. So you were mad at something she was telling you?
Yeah.
Okay. This pocket knife you had, did you stab her with it?
Yeah.
Okay, how many times did you stab her with it?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you how many times.
Did you slash her throat with it?
No. No, I didn't get to her throat in any way.
Remember, man, the
Right.
honesty here, we can't have any closure.
Right.
Alright? I know she's got a big gaping hole in her neck.
Really? I didn't get near her throat at all.
Okay, where did you stab her?
I think it was just mainly like onto her sides and everything. Her sides and her front.
Okay.
But her throat I didn't touch.
Okay. Being really honest so far, man.
Yeah.
There's no point in screwing it up now.
Right.
Okay? You know that's not true, too. Be straight with me here. Okay? I understand that you had a blackout moment where you were just so mad and
Yeah.
you couldn't control yourself, and it was like, how am I get this woman off my back?
Yeah.
It's too much, and you snapped.
Yeah.
What I tell you earlier, people snap sometimes.
Right.
Okay? But we gotta be honest about this. We can't dance around the issue here, especially when I know the information you're giving me is not accurate based
Right,
on what
yeah.
I've seen in my investigation. You know it too because you were there.
Right.
Okay? So tell me honestly here, okay? I know you didn't stab her in the side or the stomach, at least not to an excessive amount.
Right.
Okay? Did you cut her throat?
Honestly, I don't remember cutting her throat. Like, honestly don't remember ever actually getting to that point. I may have hit it, not knowing I did, but from what I can remember, I never touched her throat.
But you may, and I'm asking for clarification here.
Yeah.
So is it possible you may have done that and just not remembered it because you were in such a blind rage?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So where do you for sure remember stabbing her at?
I do remember, like, I think it was somewhere in her front, and I'm pretty sure it was like her side towards her back area.
Okay. Which side, right, left, do you remember?
Right side.
Okay. Okay. See, being more honest here.
Yeah.
Now we can get further, and I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Okay? I told you we had two major things we still needed clarification on.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Okay.
Now here's the other one.
Mhm.
Okay? Has it been bad being honest?
Like, has it been bad between?
No. I mean, has it been bad, this whole interaction here? You being honest, being straight with me? I'm shooting you
Please,
straight,
just
you shoot me straight.
Trying to get this,
Okay. So I'm not gonna dance around this issue in this question.
Mhm.
All right? I'm thinking she wasn't killed in that Jeep.
Mhm.
My thinking is that there was some altercation in the Jeep, physical, with punching, maybe something like that. She got out at one point, whether you tossed her out or she jumped out trying to get away from you or whatever, and you killed her outside of that Jeep somewhere. My question is am I correct in that line of thinking, or am I totally off base?
It was in the Jeep.
You did kill her in the Jeep?
Yeah.
Okay. So you stabbed her in the Jeep?
Yeah. I just got back from getting my lunch and water bottle, headphones, and got back in the car, and I don't know. And then that's when I kind of blacked out.
So after you picked her up, did you stop somewhere to pick up your lunch, or did you go to your house to get
Went
it?
to my house because it was just these little frozen.
Okay, so did she wait in the car while you went in and got your lunch?
Yeah.
Okay. So had you hit her yet before you got to your house?
Not before, no.
Okay. Because that church in the intersection of Plymouth Spring Mill and Taylortown
Yeah.
is before you get to your house, going the route you're saying you went.
Right.
And you've told me twice that you hit her to begin with at Taylortown and Plymouth Spring Mill, and that's when she went unconscious.
Right.
Now you're telling me you made it all the way to your house. No physical altercation happens. She waits in the car while you go in and get your lunch.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so we're taking this a different route here than you've already told me twice.
Right, yeah.
When did this altercation start?
It was right there, right after I got my lunch.
Like in your driveway?
Yeah.
Was it inside your car, or did she get out of the car and you have an altercation there?
It was inside the car.
Okay, like still in the driveway, or
Yeah.
what? Okay. So did you stab her in your driveway?
Yeah.
Okay. Stab her to the point where she was dead in your driveway? Or did you drive off and keep stabbing her? How did this
It
play?
was all right there in the driveway.
Okay. So after you went in the house, picked up your lunch, your clothes, yada yada yada, come out to the car, get in the car, this altercation escalates and you stabbed her to death in the car in your driveway. And then did you just drive her over to Bowman by the tower and dump her out there?
Yeah, because I was freaking out myself after I was blacked out. After I blacked out,
Dispatch is trying to call Sarge. Was there any physical altercation prior to getting to your house, or was it just verbal?
It was just verbal stuff, talking.
After you came back out with the lunch, what set it off at that particular moment in time that things just went 0 to 100?
I was asking her some questions about her and this other guy, and, you know, she was saying stuff that just really got to me.
Okay. So was she, like, saying stuff to purposely get under your skin with it, or was she just, yeah, I'm seeing somebody, I mean,
I was asking her stuff I probably shouldn't have asked her. There's some
Okay.
personal stuff between what they were doing.
okay. That was her answers and responses to this that got you upset?
Yeah.
Where was this pocket knife at prior to the stabbing happening?
I think it was in my room, so I had to go back up there to get my headphones.
So you didn't have the knife prior to stopping at your house to get your lunch?
No,
Okay.
no.
So when you got your lunch and you picked up this knife to go back outside, did you pick up that knife and go out there with the intention that you were going to kill her when you got back to the driveway?
It was just, I don't know, like, I just picked it up and I didn't want to do anything, honestly, to her at all. But then, you know, when she was answering the questions I was trying to give to her, it just kind of blacked out and I decided.
Okay. So when you got it, I mean, were you thinking, maybe I will, maybe I won't, or did you just pick it up because you carry a pocket knife like most everybody else does?
Me contemplating, honestly, with that.
Contemplating hurting her?
Yeah. And I don't really, like, I don't know why that was going through my head.
So would it be fair to say you were contemplating it, and then after she starts getting under your skin with the answers to your questions, that's what made the decision that you were going to...
Yeah.
Okay. Was your intent just to hurt her by stabbing, or were you intended to kill her?
I just wanted to just hurt her, but then that's when I really blacked out.
And she for sure wasn't alive when you left the driveway?
Yeah, she wasn't I think she was like just slowly getting to that point where she was, you know, dying off.
Okay, so she might have died while you were driving over
Yeah.
to Bowman?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Last thing before we wrap up, okay?
Okay.
Obviously, I've got a detailed version of your side of things here, okay? That's why I'm asking a lot of questions, taking a lot of notes.
Okay, yeah.
Detailed version of your side, okay? Before we take off here, so again, I just called a recorder. It's not on right now, okay? I turn this on, read off some information. Would you be willing to give me a take statement as far as what you just told me, not the whole shebang all the way through like we just went through over the last half hour or so, just condensed, simple facts as far as this is where we're going, this is what happened, this is what happened after that.
Okay, yeah.
You all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Tuesday, February 11th, 2020, Detective Andrew Nee with the Richland County Sheriff's Office conducting a tape statement with Alec Blair. Also present is Sergeant Rich Eichinger with Richland County Sheriff's Office. And Mr. Blair, you've been advised of your Miranda rights by me prior to this conversation, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and you decided not to invoke your rights at this time and you're okay with speaking to me, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Can you tell me, sir, what happened between you and Gabe Clevenger yesterday afternoon when you went to pick her up at her house?
Picked her up because we were going to go to the courthouse to do some divorce stuff, so I wanted to do that. Went to my house on Taylortown where I was going to grab my lunch and stuff just in case I needed to, so I can get to work afterwards. Well, I went up to get my headphones and I grabbed this pocket knife, and I didn't have any intention to try to do anything. It was just me contemplating something, and went back outside, put my stuff in my car. When I got home, I asked her some personal stuff between her and this new guy, and it got to the point where it got really under my skin. It triggered me and I blacked out, and that's when I started with the pocket knife onto her.
Okay. Did you stab Gabe Clevenger with that knife?
Yeah.
Did you stab her until she was dead?
I didn't want the intention to, but that's where it got to.
Okay. So, I mean, intentions aside, did you stab her until she was dead?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And what happened after that, sir?
After that, I kind of had a freak out moment after I got not blacked out anymore, freaked out, and drove over to that place on Bowman with a cell tower and everything.
Okay.
And dropped her there. After that, I came back home and was freaking out more, trying to clean up the blood out of the seat and everything. And after that, I went to work.
Okay. What did you do with the knife and the rags that you used to clean up?
The knife and the rag, pretty sure I put it in the trash.
Which trash?
I think it was right there outside.
Like in front of the house?
Yeah, the big blue one.
The garage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And after this cleanup, throwing the stuff in the trash, you went to work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you send a text or a Facebook message to her new boyfriend from her phone saying basically that you had decided not to go through with going to the courthouse today and was going to do it another time?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else you'd like to add to your statement, Mr. Blair, before we conclude?
No, Nothing I can think of.
Mr. Blair, I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
Do you remember what time you went to your house? Do you remember approximate time?
After or before?
When you pulled in and you went to your room, that time.
I'm thinking it might have been like 12 something, right there in that 12 area.
Do you remember how much time went by until the time you went to your room, until the time you went back and you stabbed your wife?
I would say about 5 minutes.
Okay. And was there any time, about from the time when you stabbed her and you said she was slowly going away, right?
Yeah.
Was that in the driveway? Were you driving down the road? Were you watching her in the driveway, or?
I started driving when she was.
Did you, about what time did you get on Bowman Street where you placed her at?
I'd say about maybe 12:20, 12:30.
Okay. And do you remember what the knife looked like?
I think it was like red, had skulls on it.
Okay.
That was the base of it.
Any time did you ever think about calling 911 or getting medical attention or for?
I did not, but I probably, honestly should have. And at the time, it was a freak out moment for me. I didn't know what to do.
Do you have any more questions, Sergeant?
I'm done.
Okay. Again, before we shut this off, anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Blair?
Not that I can think of that would go on to it now.
Okay. And a tape statement. Okay. That does conclude our business here right now. We've asked you a ton of questions, so before Sergeant Eichinger and I take off, I want to give you the opportunity. Do you have any questions of me or us before we leave?
Just wondering, what else is gonna happen, after, what else is gonna happen,
Okay. Well, the short answer to that is we still have a bit of an investigation and paperwork that we have to finish, phone calls to make, all manner of things like that, before firm answers to your question can be set into place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can sit here and I can spitball and I can speculate, well, may happen this way, may do this. I don't want to sit here and give you bad information or wrong answers to your question.
Right,
okay?
right.
So, while it's vague, that's what it is for now.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to give you bad information.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Is there, estimated time between any of this?
You'll be sitting in here at least a day or two.
Okay.
Okay. At least.
At least.
All right.
Does that count from last night, or?
Yes.
Counting for, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just because of the nature of how long it takes to get some of these things done.
Right, okay.
All right?
And Mr. Blair, did you take any of her personal things from her and put them anywhere?
I did, yeah.
What'd you take?
It was, I didn't know at the time, but the cell phone was in there. And then she had a bag with some of her stuff in it. I don't know what was in there.
And who's your carrier for your phone?
Verizon.
Do you know hers? I mean, was it on the same plan? You guys on the same plan?
She's not on my plan. She was on her plan with her sister, and I think that one's Verizon too.
Okay.
What kind of personal stuff did you take of hers?
Just the phone and bag. I don't know what was in the bag because I never opened it.
And what'd you do with that stuff?
The phone I had in my car, and then the bag I put in my room.
Where at your room?
It was sitting on the floor at first, and then I put it under my bed.
Oh, and I apologize. I did forget one thing that I wanted to ask you before we leave. At Shelby PD, when we talked there, you told me that all the clothes you were wearing then was what you were wearing when this happened.
Yeah.
That wasn't true. What were you wearing?
Well, I did wear that T-shirt. I did have that.
Okay, but I'm sure you had it on under something, probably.
Yeah, it was a sweatshirt.
Okay. What kind of sweatshirt?
It was Slipknot sweatshirt.
Okay.
You know what kind of pants you were wearing?
It was some black sweatpants.
Okay.
Is it kind of like a matching set of sweatpants to that almost?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Alright, if you just want to follow us out here, we'll have to take you back where we need to go, alright?
Give me a second, I'll move this chair out of your way, okay, Mr. Bond?
Oh, yeah.
right there, it says the gentleman only. I said the gentlemen that are hooked up, because there's two over there still that aren't. It's open. Didn't know anybody was in there. Gentlemen, go and have a seat. Go ahead on in, have a seat. Swap your rooms here. Sorry about that. Yeah, because I got two more at a time. Thanks. Go on, Devin.
Yeah, guys, we're looking like a snitch up in there.
What's that?
You got snitch.
So, who was this other person, Billy, who?
Atkins.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the guy that, he was helping me move. He just brought them around.
Do you know any, phone number for Billy or anything like that?
No, I don't think he ever had one. He's like Crackhead Billy. I call him, and I call him Crackhead Billy.
Okay.
And he always would hit me up on Facebook every randomly now and then. You know, he'd just pop up out of nowhere, and then I'll just I always ignore him, but I need help moving.
How do you know Billy?
I've known him forever. He's cousins with one of my good friends.
Okay. And he's just friends with these other two?
Yeah. I'm not sure how close they are running around. It's Crackhead Billy, you know. He just run around just trying to get high.
Okay. And then how do you know Andre?
I've known him for a long time. But the gun was, I had no idea if he's, something happened. Shit, I had no ill intentions with selling him the gun.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out who it is, because I don't believe he was involved either, so.
Yeah, he may have sold it to somebody else too. He's always, he actually bought a car off of me too for $500 and turned around and sold it. You know, he helped me out.
When was that?
Same time, right? I was moving, I was selling all kinds of shit.
2000...
Last summer,
19?
Last summer I went out there in August. So it was like right around.
So summer of
19, yeah. No. 18, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, not this summer, but the one before.
And what kind of car was that?
Buick Regal, white. I actually know the girl he sold that to. I don't think that's should be involved either.
Who's that?
Yeah, this Cat Noble girl.
Cat Noble?
Yeah.
Okay. That's who he sold your Buick to?
Yeah.
Alright.
Cause I remember I seen her and then I seen her car there, oh shit. I don't even think he drove it long either. He sold it like right away.
Alright. Did you guys title it and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Sold it?
Yeah.
Somewhat appropriately?
No, it was titled, yeah. I think I lost the title, so I had to get a new one.
To get it to him?
Yeah.
So him. Yeah. Did you leave the title open for him to fill out, or did you guys fill the back of it out? And the reason I'm asking is, would he have had to go get a title to sell to her? Or could he have basically made it look like you sold it to her?
Right, I can't remember. I think I filled it out.
Like the odometer and all that stuff?
Yeah, I normally do anytime I would think I would have.
Okay.
Go ahead.
George Charles Mary, 3073.
Alright, but you don't know any Michaela or anything like that?
I have no idea who that is. Michaela, I've never associated with any Michaela in my life.
Okay.
So Sonia Burgraff, leave a Roseman.
Alright, well, I appreciate it. I think that's all I need. If I need anything else, I'll come talk to you, but I don't think I'm gonna at this point.
Yeah, well, good luck. And damn, I hope nothing happened with that gun.
Well, it was used in a crime. It wasn't a shooting or anything, but yeah, they used it in
no shit.
In a crime, so.
That's crazy.
We're just trying to
Well, that's at least nobody did get killed and it's off the damn street.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how it got to their hands, if it was stolen or what.
Yeah, no, I sold it to Andre, and he's a black dude, probably lives in a ghetto.
Tall, short, fat, skinny?
Tall, probably a few inches taller than me. He's like 6'1".
Not how much you weigh?
He's a little thicker, probably
like 300, 200?
200.
Okay.
Big beard, bald head.
Alright, appreciate it.
We're good?
Yep.